Open bar. Open bar.
Open bar.
Open bar. Open bar.
We're live. In the words of our absent co-host, and we're back.
What's going on, y'all?
up,
Episode
people?
5, Open Bar. With your boy Snoop. We got Shells back in the building.
Finally.
Fresh off vacation with your girl or your sister, your mother.
Finally, I'm back. I'm happy to be back, man. I'm happy to be back. I think I couldn't have come at a better time to do the show with you guys. I miss you guys, man. I mean, ain't you happy to see me? God damn it.
Right. So basically today we wanted to, we were emphasizing a lot on teams, their origin stories. Like, we had who we had it? We had Dark Knight. He explained some of the Brotherhood origin story. We had Red, who gave us a dope walkthrough of like the Highlander story.
OG Red.
But we wanted to shed a little light on the Spartan origin story. So a lot of y'all know about the Spartans, but we wanted to give y'all a little more info on Spartans. Like, how we started, how, like, the whole shebang.
The full origin, Team Sparta. So I guess we'll kick it off with the full entire origin of Sparta. Sparta came about, I started working out in, April of 2014. So that's when I started fully working out. Before then, party life, just having a good jolly old time.
Or the motorcycle circuit days.
Yeah, I was definitely in the circuit. I was in an auto club. Guy that made auto, if you guys know him.
First, tell him your name and shit, bro. You just jump
bad.
right into it. That's
my bad. I guess I figured some people would have known me and they would have told other people. But my name is Shells. I'm part of Team Sparta.
So a lot of y'all that don't know, Shells is the founder. He made Sparta. He's the original first Spartan.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm not big on titles. I think I don't like to categorize myself. I think we all are just, we're all at the same journey. So, with that being said, pretty much the origin of Sparta came about, when I first started working out. I didn't know anything about calisthenics or anything like that. I just knew the basics, which was, do some push-ups, you get a chest, things like that. I thought that that's what it was about. I didn't know it was more in depth and it was more, deeper than just doing 20 push-ups in your house and all that other stuff. So, my brother, Shy64 Fitness, by the way, that's my big brother.
Sherwin. Sherwin.
Government plug. But, yeah, he started working out before me. I'd say he started around, I want to say March of 2014 with my other homeboy. His name was Busy. Mm-hmm. Sir Busy, IG plug. And they were working out, and I just saw what they were doing, and I was like, man, I gotta do this. Like, it was calling me, so I answered the call. And a friend of mine at the time, someone who I was cool with before fitness, also, he's the reason that we all started working out. My brother, my boy Busy, myself. Pretty much, he started training us, and I got in the gym with them. I said, man, I gotta get some of this. This looked too good. And the first official person that I would say was like a mentor to me was JR of Team Beast Mode. Big shout out to JR, man. One of the...
What's his IG? True Beast, right?
True Beast 187.
Yeah, True Beast.
IG plug, True Beast 187. And he was the first person that JR was like... He's the first person I seen come in the gym. Yo, we gonna do 100 push-ups. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with 20.
Yeah, this was the sets of 10 was the max.
Yeah, 20 was an achievement back in those times, like for me at least. And he came in the gym and he's like, "Yo, we gonna do 100," and I'm like, I made it to 20, died, and I kept struggling. I was like, you know what? I don't want to quit. I didn't want to like give up so easily. Mm-hmm. So I just kept going back for more, man. And we would do training with I guess you would say some resistant bands, light weights. I started out with weights pretty much. light weights, and the calisthenics followed. And then from then it just grew into something bigger. I remember going to Blink Fitness on Jamaica Ave, and I bumped into one of the first people who had a Barbarian affiliation was Jomo. Shout out Big Jomo.
Jomo,
The heavyweight, the super heavyweight titan right now. That guy is a problem. He was the first guy that taught me how to get a handstand, by the way. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I was like, I didn't have any type of fitness experience. And, so we all started working out. And I remember, like, training with JR a lot. A person whose name we won't mention, trained with him a lot as well. He was Barbarian affiliated. And the first time I saw Zeph, I saw a video of Zeph doing a warm-up. And it was a time-based warm-up. I think it was, I forgot what it was, but I remember him, like, doing so many reps, and then he was like, smiling at the camera, like, like it was easy. And I'm like, this dude is out of his mind.
Facts.
So in the midst of me training with the person whose name I won't mention, but in the midst of me training with that person along with JR, my brother, and my other homeboy, basically the workouts, the routines would be, it would be, sometimes it would be beast mode based, and then sometimes it would be barbarian based. And as all you guys know, different teams have different styles. So one day, the way how Sparta came about was, I was like, yo, we were doing something, and I was like, yo, why is this routine so hard? I was like, you got to be a Spartan to complete this routine. And that was the birth of Sparta.
Bam.
That was how Sparta birthed. So
Boom.
It went from, at the time, the 300 movie was it was big. So it was one of those things where it's like, yo, you gotta be a Spartan to complete this. And then out came Sparta, and few months down the line, we just continued to just work out. And I ended up meeting Snoop, and the way how I met Snoop was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie How High. When Redman and Method Man met, it was like, got weed, got blunt, like that's how we met. It was literally like, he was doing a core routine, and I was doing a core routine, and we looked at each other on it was like we had a discussion or a conversation without even saying a word. It was like, yo, you want to try this?
Yeah,
hell yeah, I want to try that.
So
and that was
so let me pick up from this point. So basically, during the time where he just discussed, I was, a couple of my high school boys, my cameraman Puda, my boy David, my boy Mule, like, we used to play ball heavy. So, we were really trying to work out to start getting stronger for ball. So, as soon as I say ball, Semi joins alive.
Semi was good, bro.
Bust your ass, Semi. But,
oh, man.
but basically, so we working out in the park. We were getting trained by this dude named Lex. Shout out to Lex, man.
Was good,
Lex,
man.
what up, bruh? So, like I said, we training. We started getting into calisthenics. We used to train at 48 Park in Southside Queens.
Oh, Queens.
So, what's so funny?
Didn't Hannibal train there? I was just gonna say that.
We met Hannibal one day. We didn't know who the hell he was.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know he used to train at that park.
Yeah, we just like, who this strong mother? But then
the action figure body.
So we in the park. We literally doing our 3 sets of 10, thinking we killing it. So now, it's getting cold outside, so we switched to the gym. I used to work on Jamaica Avenue in Queens. So we ended up joining Blink, and that's how we bumped into you. So, like, I'm literally training with Lex and them, and you was training with your brother on the other side, and we just watching, like, oh, I'm stealing that routine later. That look dope.
Yeah, right?
Like, that look crazy. So then, one day we just spoke, like, yo, what you doing, son? Can I work in with you? And then, it's been
man.
But like I said, that we came in, so me, Puda, David, we came in, there was already, you,
a few
your
months
brother.
in. Oh,
you had like 3 girls.
I had to backtrack a little bit. I did skip something. The first original female that was with us from jump was Trish. And Trish Fit. Yeah, the first original female. And I met her just, doing push-ups and stuff in the gym. And she was like, she just was one of the girls that always wanted to just, like, try stuff. And then she was hella strong, and it was just it was like a refreshing feeling to meet a female who was like that devoted to fitness. So Trish Fit was the first original female of Sparta, and then Lori followed right after.
Yeah, Lori.
And what's Lori's IG?
Body by Low.
Body by Low. Yeah, Lori followed. She was young. She was like 20 at the time. I mean, she's still young now, but she was like 20 at the time, and same thing. Like she was just.
And
Diane, I was getting to her as well. Diane was a lot of people don't even know Diane, but Diane was another strong female. Like same way, it was like a tomboy type of vibe. Like let me try what the guys are trying type of thing. And also Laureen.
Oh yeah, Laureen.
Yeah, what's Laurenism? That's her IG. But yeah, it was like about 5 of them. 5 girls that came with us in the start, and we all was working out together. And then a few months down the line, we kept, like me and Snoop, we kept linking up. And then at the time we didn't have a logo. It wasn't anything like that. We just had a chat group, and we just worked out every day.
No, we didn't even have that yet. At the time,
actually we did. And then
I wasn't in it.
Yeah, and then we had another group. It was another group with you and Puda, David, everybody else. So I was like, you know what? Why do we have 2 groups?
That's when you just combined them.
Yeah, I just combined both of them, because in one chat group it was the first original chat group that we started was myself, my brother Shy, my homeboy Busy, Trish. That was it. And then Kev came in, Above Amazing. Kev came in, and then me and Kev would be in the gym, just closing the gym 10 o'clock. We'd be in the gym all day like we ain't had no lives. And then Dev came in, and then it was in one group, and then after that, also it was Jose. I'm sorry, I missed Jose out there.
Yeah, Jose.
Jose was in there, and
Jose Granados.
Yeah,
that's
Don Jose. His IG is Don
Jose.
_Jose94. And I had to keep all this stuff in my head, because so we had 2 chat groups, and I combined both, and then like that's when we started to like take the workouts to like another level. And in those times where we started linking up more, it wasn't like they didn't have much comps. It was only like, I think the 5 Bs is what we knew about.
Yeah, so backtrack a little more. So basically we started working out. This is, let's say, like September, October, right? So we met, like I said, we literally wasn't doing much of anything.
We met like in June, July-ish, because you used to take your lunch break and come to the gym.
Yeah, I used to work on the
app. And I didn't see you for a while.
Yeah, and I used to just go on my hour lunch break from work. So
this is only like 2014.
Yeah. So we basically started training, and the training was super. We thought we was ill, but like I said, we didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about calisthenics. I didn't know about teams. I didn't know about famous people. Nothing. I just was following this guy. Like, I'm like, yo, I want to heat, because at the time I wasn't even doing muscle ups yet.
And stuff.
I never could have get my first muscle up.
I was wilding, man. Handstand, muscle ups, all of that.
So I was just following him, and then we ended up meeting. Like now we started meeting some heavyweight people. We met JR. I met JR through him.
Right.
We had Quincy at the time, because I didn't know who the hell no one was. He was just I just saw the old brolic dude give me tips, because I'm there thinking I'm like this. He's like, yo,
he's right here.
Yeah, but he's giving me tips and stuff. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, yo, that old dude just put me on. And later on, I found out. So
that was cute.
As we progressing, because now let's fast forward to New Year's. So we basically, at this point, that's when we're starting to learn there's teams and crews. And like I said, when we worked out, the same way I met him that day, every week someone would be like, yo, can I work in with y'all? Like, y'all dope.
Yeah,
so we like, cool, come on. But like I said, we didn't know anything. All we are following whatever JR told us.
That person,
the person that we don't want to give no acknowledgement on this show.
Nope.
And like Quincy here and there. But like I said, like these are people that, my wife ended up joining with me, Sick Phoenix, because they had a couple girls, so we just working out. So at this point, like, people's telling us,
common
like, yo,
interest,
y'all should join a team, because at this point, we like 10 deep.
Actually, backtrack just a little bit. The first person that introduced us to comps was Jomo. He was the first guy.
Yeah, I didn't meet Jomo.
Yeah, Jomo was always like, yo, what are you guys doing such and such August? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in August from July. But that's just how Jomo was. And he was like, yo, y'all should come by and, check out this comp. We didn't know anything about competition, none of that. Backtracking really quick to Q as well. I I actually met Q in the gym, I did not know anything about teams. Like he said, I didn't know anyone. So at the time, I was the guy in the gym who I used to think that I was the man. So I saw Q doing I saw Q doing something, doing like 10 pulls or something, but he was doing a routine with some other guys, and I'm like, yo, let me go over there, man. Show him how it's done. So I'll go over there and I do the ugliest muscle ups ever. I'm talking about some super ugly joints. And I get off the bar and Q does like the cleanest muscle ups, and I'm like, who is this guy with this big juggernaut freaking bicep arms?
Facts.
And from then, that's when I met Q, and he was like always hella cool and always would give pointers and stuff like that. And then back to what Snoop was saying with the comps, we didn't know about the comps, and then like towards like later on in the year is when we started to like research, and we started to like actually like, you know, go on the internet and like get more in depth with like doing homework on what competitions are. There weren't a lot out back then to begin with.
Yeah, because now we're in January, right? So January is when we decide, because like, you know, we like, yo, we have enough to be a legit team. Because at this point, the person that trained us started educating us about barbarians and beast mode and this, that, and the third. So, you know, we was like 10, we had like 8 guys and like 5 girls at this point. But this was literally just
working out
lunchtime
together,
meetups. Like, you feel me? So now, you know, he used to always say train like a Spartan. That was his hashtag. That was
all the time.
His name. So that's when we was like, yo, you should name the squad Spartans. So a lot of y'all know now, you know, I do logos. So I basically drew up the logo. We started printing shirts, etc. So basically, we wanted to, at this point, like I said, we very much, we're semi-educated about like who's who, but our training was strictly barbarian training, right? But honestly, we're doing 5-10 pulls. I think my max at the time was like 12 pulls, and they were like here. They weren't even lockout pulls. So real talk, we knew we wasn't in their league, but we idolized them. And the person that trained us we thought he was barbarian, but like, you know, so we literally wanted to come in like under their name per se, but we were very intimidated. Like super intimidated by these dudes, because like I said, we never met them. We just heard the stories of them, and the stories we heard were very intimidating.
Yeah, it's like, but in the same sense, we were so intimidated, but we were so motivated. So it was like, you know, us. Like I said, we started learning more about barbarians to the point where it was like, as I said, we used to train more so under JR. JR was like the first guy that he never really like put the whole thing about
like,
teams in
like
our
y'all
head. But
beast mode. It was just training.
JR would train with everybody. He would kick us in the stomach, all types of stuff, and I was like, bro.
I think he punched me in the stomach before he introduced himself to me.
He kicked me in my he probably did.
Yeah,
he kicked me in my stomach, and I'm still numb on my right side. I be twitching because of JR. But JR was always fun to be around. But like for me, it was more like I wanted to like see, you know, how far I could push myself, and we just getting a start. We wanted to go further and further, so we just kept trying to find different ways to just advance. And then we started to watch some documentaries of like Zeph and stuff like that, and that was the first time I learned about doing routines for time.
Yeah,
I didn't know about doing routines
like
for time.
Minute drills, yep.
Right, I didn't know about that. So, you know, we idolized barbarians a lot. So a lot of our training became barbarian-based training. So it was like, let's say if we saw Zeph do a routine, we were like, yo, I want to try that, just to try it. You know, it wasn't to like, we weren't trying to do anything with the routines. We were just trying to try it to test ourselves. So we would use a lot of the routines to test ourselves. Yeah. To see where, you know, our potential is. And you said. But
like I said, what it really was like I said, the person that used to train us was barbarian or barbarian affiliated
at the time, or a prospect, I would say.
We didn't actually meet Zeph, but you know, we, in essence, because we had this conversation, like, you know, we named ourselves Spartans, whatever, but we were trying to be under because we were told that, you know, barbarians has an umbrella. Like, you know, the way I always compare it was, you have the Knicks, then you have like the Westchester Knicks. They're like the D-League team of it, because we were legit beginners. So we wanted
that big brother type of thing.
Yeah, we wanted the big brother, little brother affiliation, but we didn't actually meet them yet. We just wanted it off the strength of who was training us. So fast forward now to when we actually first meet the barbarians. So we
let's
was
fast
invited
forward
out
to that. Okay,
we were invited out to Nazareth Park in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That was their home base, and rest in peace, all our chests and arms that day.
Listen, I tell you. So basically, it's like we were doing. The person that was training us at the time, we were doing watered down versions of like those routines that we saw. Like we were getting like the watered down version of the routines, but everything that we were getting trained with was totally barbarian based. Just to put that out there. So we always idolized, meeting the barbarians. So the first time we met barbarians, we didn't know this, but it was a setup. It was a legit setup because it was taken as though we were stealing their style, and really and truly we weren't. It was more so a thing of like we just wanted to push ourselves to become that good.
We were just educated.
We were like little brothers trying to be like big brothers, and that's their style of training we took to because we actually ended up liking it, and we're like, I like this kind of stuff, So we ended up meeting the barbarians. The first time I met Zeph was in Nas Park, like you said. It was you, me,
Puda,
my brother Puda, Prime Fitness, Prime Focus,
Dev,
and I think that was it. And David, right? Was David there?
David wasn't there.
So it was about 5 of us. It was Zeph. It was Pop. It was that person we're not going to name him, Brutus. Brutus was just Barbarian affiliated at the time as well.
Yeah.
And the reason why I keep referring to this individual as a person I won't name is because I'm not into drama. I'm not into, starting a bunch of stuff. But a lot of things that was going on at the time I was totally unaware of because, as I said, this person was someone who I knew before fitness. Like I had an actual relationship with this person, but in actuality, they were trying to like, I don't know where the issue came from. They were trying to just like, I guess bring me down, and I'm like, I'm not even that important.
Yeah, but that guy. Let's stick to the story.
So we get to Naz, and we're thinking, oh my God, we're gonna meet these guys for the first time, and we're in fan mode. But of course, it's work to be done. It's a workout.
Workout was hard. Oh my God.
We got there like I think I'd say 4 p.m. and we didn't leave till about like 9 p.m.
Puda, you remember that day?
Which day?
When we went to Naz for the first time.
The first official link up.
Talking about when I go against Brutus?
The mic. Yeah.
When you did the belt. Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Sweat and
How
tears.
sore was you?
I was sore. I got the hospital sore.
Yeah, like off of push-ups.
Yeah, that's on the way home. This is
a lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
It was like on the way home.
Yeah, son. So
I feel like I borrowed somebody else's chest, and I wanted to give it back quick because it was pain. It was hurt. I was hurting. So
and mind you, back then Puda was
tap that or the battery.
Yeah, Puda was our heavyweight at the time.
Yeah,
because like I said, the team we had a variety, but Puda was the only one over 220. You was like 220 at the time.
Yeah, you and my brother. My brother was about that way, but he was tall, so it didn't look that. It didn't look like it was. We gotta charge that.
Yeah, we'll cut it in and resume.
So that first day was hell. That was the first time I felt like I actually like worked out. It was a lot different from the numbers I was doing at the time, which was like 15 pulls, 10 pulls, and stuff like that.
That's honestly one of the best workout experiences I've ever had.
I agree.
We were obsessed.
It was a birth.
Yeah,
it was like a birth.
But mind you, we literally had to crawl out of the park that day. Like it was bad, and these guys looked like they were still warming up.
Fresh as ever.
But like I said, that was our first experience because we've never been to competition. I don't think we even left like Jamaica at the time.
No, we were just fully gym based.
Yeah.
We were just fully a gym based team. I mean, rightfully so because it was in the winter time, and we didn't really start getting into like deeper into calisthenics beyond what we knew until it got like warmer.
Yeah. So after that really like
opened up
our training. Like we were really, and now that we actually met barbarians, for me personally, it's solidified. Like, yo, this is where I want to be. Like their style and the way they train and the dedication. But like I said, at the end of the day, Spartans became a little family. Like I said, we never referred to ourselves as a team.
Right.
People referred to us as a team because when you start saying team, that's when you start causing rivalries and competition and stuff. We weren't a team. You got to remember, these are people I went to high school with.
Right.
I've known way before fitness, way after fitness. This is my wife. This is my brother-in-law. And, you know, me and Shells, everyone that got on the team, you had to mesh with the team. It was a personality. Yeah. Like, our requirement was more of a personality thing.
Yeah, because as we always believed in working out hard and, like, playing hard. Meaning, like, we didn't just link up to work out only. I come to his house, It was the thing where we had more of a family bond type of vibe. It was on and off the bar. It was we were like, and we were in each other's lives every single day. We had a chat group together. Like, we spent more time in the chat group than we would at our job. So it was like we were just that connected to each other. And like I said, we became more of a family, other than a workout team. So we never really had a team. We were just looked at as Spartans. So what we did was, after like that awakening of like that style of training, we just, at the time, we only had like Instagram, we only had like Facebook. So we would just start posting our routines and stuff that we tried, on Facebook and stuff. And then we just, we took it to that. We just took it to the internet and was like, yo, we gotta put this out there.
So now, like I said, that first link up we had with them, now we're about less than a year in. Yeah. But now we go into August with the first competition. So at the time, like I said,
and we're skipping stuff because if we told it in depth, it would be, so we gotta kind of like
So now let's fast forward to August. So this is 2015.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah.
So at the time, like I said, we had about 8 guys and we had about 5 girls.
Yeah.
We had about 5 girls. So, because we started, like I said, every time we went to the gym, someone else would like join the crew, because it was more, honestly, we called it Boom Boom Room because it was more of a social club than like a team. It was just cracking jokes and working out together. But some of us, like Shells, was always a monster from when I met him. So we started putting a lot of pressure on ourselves, because I'm a very, very competitive person, as y'all know now. So at the time, I was trash. My reps was horrible. Like, I would say, honestly speaking, out of the 8 guys we had, I was probably like number 5, like strength wise. Like, just being real with myself. Like, these 4 dudes always busting my ass. So, Shells was the number 1 guy. So it was like really like, we
really had an in-house rivalry. Like, that's what kept us strong. We had an in-house rivalry amongst each other. Yeah, friendly, of course. But that's what kept us strong, But go ahead.
So now we go to the comp, whatever. And like I said, me being such a competitive person, I wanted to compete, but I know I got no place being here yet. But we was like, yo, Shells, you gotta do it, bro. And we watching old footage and like, yo, you could do that. The top was 30 pulls, you got that. Like, putting the pressure, whatever. And then we found out they have a women's division. So at the time, Paige, shout out to Paige
to Ebony,
yes, and Mama Paige, Mama Paige now. Yep. So she was a problem at the time. So we was like, yo, you should do it. And we put Nikita in there.
Right.
So the plan was Shells was going to do it, and none of the other guys wanted to do it. So it ended up being me and Shells going for the competition. But I think, back to the story now. So now we're at Pup J 2015, right? So we have Shells doing it, who, like I said, looking back at it now, we was like just so fiend out to
have something to go.
We started putting like, Shells, you gotta do it, and it turned into like a do it or else type shit. That's the perception that came from it. So a lot of people don't notice, but me being such a competitive person, like I said, I don't feel I was ready for this competition, but I did it just to accompany you, like, so you have company, because at the time it was only going to be you by yourself.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I'm not ready for this, bro. Like, I'm trash compared to these dudes. But if you doing
it, us keeping it real, by the way, too.
If you doing it, I'm gonna do it with you, whatever. And then, the 2 girls did it. Paige and Nikita did it. So, like I said, just giving y'all a little backstory of a lot of stuff y'all don't know. Shells ended up backing out.
Doing it, yeah.
And then, I'm already signed up. I'm there, and I ain't want to do this shit to begin with. I'm just doing this to hold him down. So him not doing it, we literally stopped talking for like.
Yeah, we had one of those fallouts where it's like, you don't take this funny, but when you like, let's say you and your brother have a fight or something, right? And it was like, you're thinking about your brother, but you don't want to let him know you're thinking about him. So our whole fallout was like, it made like what the fallout did was, it didn't last that long, by the way. So what it did was, it made him stronger to me, and it made me stronger. So it was like we used that to say, nah, I'm not gonna let him show me. He'll show me up next time we link up.
Yeah.
But it was kind of stupid to begin with. Because
like I said at the time, I was being realistic with me. I was middle of the pack. Like I was nowhere near strong and very old school. Shells was the strongest, so Shells ran shit. That's how we looked at it. So at this time, like I said, the team was completely split in half now. Like, my boys rode with me. So Puda, David. It was not beef.
Nah.
Like, if niggas saw each other still, it was still, yo, what up, how you been? But there was no links. There was no nothing at this point. So we started training on our own, whatever. And like I said, my personal mindset, I always, like, Sparta was supposed to, our goal was to be absorbed into Barbarians at some point. But at this point, like I said, I'm like, me and Shells ain't cool, so I'm just fast forward into my end game, like now. So we started training. But like I said, that's the most important part about this. Our bond was always more than working out. We were legit cool.
Definitely.
So us beefing wasn't just seeing each other, missing each at an event. Like we're at birthday parties,
it was beyond that.
Christmas get-togethers, stuff like that. So at this point, it's just like, we spoke one day just on some like, yo, like, we got over it, because I want to say we stopped talking for like maybe 5 months or so.
Was it that long? It probably was shorter than that.
Yeah,
something like somewhere around there, between 3 to 5 months. But I don't think it was that long.
It was very necessary, because at this point now, we're more clear on the direction we want to go in, and we started highlighting the individuals. Like, no disrespect to anyone, but everyone does this for a different reason.
Right, yeah.
Some people want to work out to look good for vacation. Some like to compete. Some just want to have a healthy lifestyle.
True.
So we started focusing on that. So we almost split into subsections, per se. Because like I said, I'm a competitive person. So all the people that wanted to compete, like, Paige at the time, Nikita, like mostly the girls, because the girls are Mills when Mills joined up, because Mills was very competitive.
And see, we skipping so much because it's a lot, but we're trying to break it down to like as best as we can to give y'all the full, the full gist of the whole thing.
So at this point now, like I said, I was more like, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize. Like I said, just always from jumping. This is just a clear controversy. I want this on the record. I had a conversation, and this is Shells as the leader confirming this. My goal was always, at every point, I want to be a Barbarian. Because back then, there was no two teaming it. It was just a one team. You're on one team, that's your team forever. There's no you're on this team, then you switch to that team, and you switch to that team. And Puda can attest to that, because like I said, Puda's someone that I knew before fitness and after fitness.
Yeah, we talking about YouTube when we used to watch NBA crossovers. Basically, when he ran into YouTube and he seen, I guess, the Zeph video or something like that on the vacations and all that, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna do that."
Yeah,
that's what it was.
I'm gonna do that, and I was only. This is where the whole room was changed. We was sitting there watching it. Basically in our socks, it was crazy. It was like, I remember like it was yesterday. He was like,
"I'm gonna do that."
He said, "I'm gonna do that."
And it's no shade to no one. It's just what Barbarians puts in the air is what I'm into fitness for. I'm not the type to take my shirt off and be in the mirror and do stuff like that. So I was more into competition.
I was doing that for a little bit.
That was this guy.
For a little bit, because I had my 6-pack was lit.
My man,
so I was showing it off.
Shells would just do muscle ups and be at the top scouting for bitches. Like who saw that?
Like, yo, who saw that? Who looked at it?
Oh, that girl saw that.
Yeah,
I got that. I'm a married man. I ain't in this trying to bag nothing.
Yeah,
like,
you know, throw me under the bus.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So basically, like from that, like I said, we had a conversation because there was a lot of back and forth, and I'm a like get it straight from the horse's mouth type person. There was a lot of back and forth of people saying like, "Oh, he's this and he's that," but I had a conversation with Spartans on some like, yo, y'all know this is what I want to do, and everybody gave me their blessing. Like, yo, Snoop, you always like, said that from jump. That's what you're trying to do. So that's why even to this day, like I said, to me, Sparta is family. A lot of Spartans are very talented. So, you know, we did turn it like a team Sparta because, like, you know, this fast forwarding a little bit, like, you know, Letty ended up joining because a lot of people don't know this. Letty came in at about year 2.5.
Yeah, I'd
close
say about
to year 3, and Letty, like, and that's another important thing about this. Everyone that was in the team started from scratch.
Right.
Like I said, we more went into personality, not strength. People had potential because honestly, I feel anybody that puts in enough work will get strong enough.
Consistency, definitely, yeah.
But the way we worked out, it was fun. You feel me? We were battling every day. It was battle like, yo,
we if had I beat a lot of in-house battles.
Yo,
you buy me shirts or something.
Race to 100 push. If I win, you have to wear makeup on your IG page.
It's like crazy.
Like we was clowning. We was friends.
Yeah. We kept the fitness fun.
Exactly.
A lot of fun because it was natural.
So the games came along with that because mind you, we like at this point we have like 9 girls. I'm funny, right? I'm funny, right, Casey? At this point, we got like 9 girls, maybe 11 guys, and you know we used to do battles all the time, like me versus Shells. Yo, if I beat you, you gotta buy me lunch for a month. Actually, like, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, and another thing, a lot of people don't know, like we actually started a chat group. Well, we had our chat group, our family chat group, but we would have like the guys chat, and we were like, I think maybe I'm not sure about other teams, but we used to actually have push-up battles in the chat, and like we would do in the house and stuff. We'd be up to like 2 in the morning. Like, yo, Snoop, I got 60. What you got on my 60? Yeah, do 65. Somebody else will do 70. So we would be up all night just working out, man. Even when we left the gym, the workout continued at home. It was like we were obsessed with the whole workout thing, man. It was an obsession.
So like at this point, and this was a lot of people don't understand because I'm going to speak on this every podcast we do. Competition makes things look different. People start labeling you as enemies. People start, like, you know, telling you about yourself without even having a conversation with you.
Definitely.
And like I said, we went to these things as a family. And I think that's why we blended so well with Barbarians, because Barbarians is family based. So, you know, obviously me transitioning was nothing because that's how I've been raised my whole life. So, you know, we would go to these competitions, and regardless of if a person could do 1 rep, because no disrespect, we had people compete that weren't ready, but we realized it's not even about that. It's about just doing it. So even if you do 1 rep, we happy as hell for that 1 rep. So, you know, people like Red and stuff, they picked up on this, like, yo, like, this squad is dope. And like I said, with consistency,
consistency is the key.
With consistency, we actually became relevant and monsters. Like when I first met, you know, Letty, when I first met Paige, like when I'd say this about my wife all the time, she was doing push-ups on her knees. She couldn't even do a push-up.
Started from scratch.
Now she's doing 60 straight, unbroken. Like, you know,
with consistency, man.
But our style with our, like, you know, our bond and us keeping it fun and, you know, just keeping it relevant is what it was really what our key was. Because like I said, we had conversations other than working out. A lot of people on teams, all y'all talk about is the sets and stuff. We talking about, we planned trips. We went to the Poconos. We went to Miami.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. Yeah, we went to Miami. We did a lot. We bowling events, party bus.
Yeah, we going to people.
Yeah, so we did a lot, man.
We ain't gonna talk about that party bus.
Party bus is for another episode.
That's for the
one episode. Just talk about that.
Yeah, that one has to air after midnight, like
when the kids are in bed,
like BT Uncut back in the day.
Damn Skippy, yo, because some stuff like that really happened on there, bro.
Yeah, but anyway, we gotta, like I said, we used to our bond that's what made the workout. The workout was secondary. It always was secondary. Our common bond was we all work out, but that wasn't the reason we were together, you know? And I think that was what really made us very relevant, because I kind of feel like the social media is what was like, yo, Team Sparta, y'all gotta come, y'all gotta do this. So we was like, oh shit, they like us.
Social media. So the thing is with social media is like, that's what I was saying, like, going back a little bit, we took most of our workouts, because at the time the only comp we knew about was 5Bs, and then it was the pull-up park jam, and it was the winter reps and the summer one. So the first summer one in 2015, I didn't compete. Snoop competed in that one. That was the first one that Paige won. Yeah. Shout out to Paige. She was the first female from Sparta, Team Sparta, to win a competition. She placed first.
First overall.
Yeah, first overall. She did really well. Keita did really well. I think she came in third or something.
Yeah, she came in third or fourth.
Right, and they did really well. And so forward into the winter reps now, we all competed as a collective team. I competed, Snoop competed, all of us. We had at least 5 guys in there or something like that.
Nah, probably more.
We had a lot. We pretty much almost the whole entire team competed. Puda, you remember how many people competed? It was you, David,
if I'm not mistaken.
It was me, you, Shells, Josh,
David, and I think that was it. I think it was 5 guys.
Was Kev or Kev?
Kev didn't compete that time. Kev didn't compete that time. He never competed.
Kev never competed
until recently. Yeah.
Okay, so no.
So it was 5 guys, and it was like
Josh.
It was
Josh. You said Josh.
I said Josh.
Yeah.
You said Josh.
3, David,
Josh,
and Josh.
Mills.
So 6.
6. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so 6.
Shy didn't compete.
Nah,
but
he
Shy
didn't compete.
was there.
He was there.
The girls, 3 girls competed. So it was
Shannon,
Trish, Ashley, and Shannon.
Yeah.
Lion competed.
No, that was the year after.
Was the year after.
Yeah, he competed the year after. Okay. So that's when we all competed. Pretty much the majority of the team competed.
So we put 8 people into that competition.
Right.
And more importantly, not to brag, we put 3 girls in. And at the time, these are competitions that only had like 2 or 3 girls.
Right. Like they didn't we were one of the first teams to bring multiple girls.
Yeah.
On the calisthenics scene to place I think all of our girls placed in something. They all placed in something. So we brought multiple females, and we had multiple people that placed.
And backtrack a little bit. At the time, the team is Spartans, but the females had their own branch.
Right, Spartas.
Yeah, the Spartas. So, mind you, at this point, we have maybe 7 girls, but they're their own team, because we realized a lot of teams have girls on them, but there's not a female team. We're actually going to do a part 2 highlighting just the girls,
Spartans,
because, like I said, that's history in the making. There's still no female team to this day.
It's a lot.
But at this point, the Spartans are their own separate team, but we're both associated.
Which is why we were only known as Spartans. So when the girls would win, they would call Spartans, Paige from Spartans. And we didn't want that. We didn't want the girls to feel, we wanted them to feel their own power, so we came up with Spartas.
Because at this point, I actually left the team. Like I said, I left with the blessing because I wanted to
transition,
fully chase my barbarian dreams, and I didn't want the controversy, because a lot of people cause controversy. Like,
you got to.
He's on that team. He can't be on this team. So I completely left. But I was coaching the females. I was always, and still to this day, I'm the Spartes coach. Because like I said, it's my wife's team, bro. I can't. She ain't try to hear no loyalty shit.
And the way how that came about was we all trained the girls, with the effort of my brother, myself. Yeah. We all trained the girls. But I was one of those kind of guys that I love to work out so much, and I'm not saying this in a funny way. I love to work out so much that for me to take time away from me working out to train someone else, I couldn't do it at the time. And a lot of the females, they realized, they was like, Snoop is more patient. I'm like, yeah, Snoop is more patient. I'm not. So it's kind of it turned out to just be a situation where, he just took to them more, to the point where it's like, okay, he made the time, And I was just all about, like, I just wanted to work out. Like, I didn't care about nothing else. It was like, yo, I got to work out. I just want to work out 24/7, which is what I did. So a lot of the girls went to Snoop to train him, and it's still that way. And I like it that way because I even told him, I said, listen, Snoop, you're better off dealing with the girls. Just train him, man. Just do what you do. Just keep doing what you do. So he did a good job at that. Still doing a good job at that. At one point, I did used to train the girls, Letty, Paige, Trish, all of them, but Snoop is a patient guy, man. He's a good guy.
Because this show, how much time is left? Tap the live button. Because at this time, at this point, we wanted to just really give you a general joint, but I really think we are gonna have to do a part 2 because I kind of want to highlight when we brought each person in. Yeah, because these are people that are very much in the community, Mills, and I want to just almost acknowledge who is part of the team when they came in and their progression, their own personal like I said, when I first met Letty got a fanny pack and doing
fanny pack Letty, man.
2 pulls,
Letty and Mike too. Mike is
of course,
right. But Mike wasn't into at the time. Mike wasn't into calisthenics.
Yeah, he was on his more weight stuff.
Trying to get the Aki arms. He was just trying to compete with me because my shits was. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, that, like you said, it has to be a show. I think to highlight, It's so much, man. It's so much that we, if we sat here and told you guys, we'll take up all your goddamn time. But we're trying to break it down to where it's, just to get the body story, the basis of how Team Sparta came about. And,
because another thing too is I said, we've been around for a while.
Yeah.
So the main point of this show is kind of giving you an understanding of there's people behind the bar. We just know each other as Snoop does pull-ups, but you don't even know my real name, my first name type vibe. So this show is just more a little more in depth of how things played out, why they played out that way. Because some people just they see Spartans at an event y'all just always doing this, not knowing
we do
the
a lot,
history.
man. We do a lot.
A lot of losses, a lot of...
Someone's trying to join in, I believe. But
who's that?
To touch on...
Oh, that's
man,
Ash.
Yo, Q, listen, man. First of all, let me give you guys a little history on Q right here. Q France. Quincy! Let me give you a little history on that. As I said, I met Q in Jamaica, Queens, Blink location. And I told you guys how I met him. But I remember Q was always the type of person... He would come through. He would always show love, and he would always join in. We'd be like, "Yo, Q, do the set with us."
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
I have videos on my page with me and Q doing muscle ups just because. So he will always join in, and I remember one time he was like, "Yo, you guys should try this routine," and he gave us the No Mercy.
Oh.
And the No Mercy was no joke. Thanks, Q. So we're thinking, he's like, "Yo, was it 5 muscle ups?" I think it's
5 muscle ups, 10 bar dips,
10 pulls, 20 push, 5 rounds, right?
5 rounds.
And we were like, that's easy. We got that. Yeah, okay. So we tried it, and it was one of those routines where it was it hit. So shout out to Q, man, for always, even with the females, Q always gave his knowledge, always showed the support. Always, man. So Q, he played a major role as to just, motivating us and just showing us some things that we didn't really fully understand at the time. So thank you, Q. I appreciate all of that, man.
Yeah, so like I said, we could go on and on today, but this is just going to be the intro episode. We're absolutely going to do a part 2. We really wanted Letty in on this one, but she had prior engagements she had to take care of. But we're going to definitely do a part 2 highlighting the females, because the females of the team is really the Team Sparta that the bar world knows, because they had the most success.
Yeah.
Like I said, Paige, her
really
first competition ever, she won first place. I think every competition Paige has done, she's won. She won something.
Yeah. Paige placed at every comp. Everything. She had a battle. She had a one-on-one battle with Vanique.
Yeah, she had a bar
brawl. She won that.
She was really...
She has had really a lot of dominant success. And so has Letty. And like I said, big shout out to Trish too. Trish Fit.
Yeah, Trish was the original Spartan.
Spartist. Yeah,
she was on her track body.
Yeah,
everything
Jamaica
lower body,
Ave, track squad.
Yeah,
guys, I can't do this with her jerk chicken breath. All types of stuff. But yeah, it was pretty good, man. It It was pretty good linking with everybody. Like I said, the show that we are gonna try to do is to highlight everyone's input in Sparta when they came in. Just whatever anyone brought to the table individually.
Yeah, man.
They deserve it.
Just in closing, man, we're gonna cut this one now because what we got? A little under 5 minutes left. So we definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in. We're definitely gonna do a part 2, and like we just explained, and that's gonna come hopefully this week. So,
are we gonna come back on and talk a little bit about March Madness? We should.
Yeah, Let's do that.
Let's come back on. I seen Carl nosy ass asking.
We're gonna cut that. No, I promised that to Carl like last week. Yeah. So we're gonna cut this now, and we're gonna get into March Madness now.
We're not gonna cut yet. We got a surprise for y'all.
We got a surprise for you guys. We're actually gonna transfer you
the halftime show.
Yeah, we got a brief intermission. The halftime show. So anytime you're ready,
baby,
give it to daddy.
So we're gonna come back on and we're gonna talk about.
Thank you, boo.
Give it to daddy.
I'm on this side.
So just so you guys know, the Team Sparta origin story is gonna be a saga. So this is just the intro to the full story. So you guys stay tuned. Look out for the plugs when it comes out and all that other stuff. And yeah, man.
Yeah, enjoy this halftime show real quick.
Brief intermission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You counted too fast. Hold on.
I'm sorry. That's what she said.
Baby.
Come here.
Hey, get it, Casey. Hey. You gotta go over here. Come over here, Casey. Right here. Hey.
Get it, girl. Get it. Get it, girl. Get it. Get it, girl. Go, girl. Go, girl. Go, girl.
Shoot. Get it.
Get it, girl. Get it. Get it, girl. Get it. Get it, girl. Get it. Go. Casey, look.
Submission, guys. Hey, show him what time it is. Show him what time it is.
Go, girl.
Get it, Case. Where you at?
She in the cut.
She in the zone.
Break it down and freeze.
She in the zone. So we'll be back, guys. Tune into the next episode. We sharing that.
Cut and print. Cut. Open bar.